Most AI systems are trapped behind glass screens, recommending movies, summarizing documents, or classifying images. But artificial intelligence is now starting to reach through that glass and move objects in our physical world. To understand how these systems operate, we are opening our next chapter on autonomous and physical AI. We will start right at the beginning by covering the foundational steps of how physical machines process information. Here is the roadmap for this section. We will explore how artificial intelligence enters the physical realm, break down the core operating cycle of these systems, look at the friction caused by real-world unpredictability, and clarify why these impressive machines remain highly specialized. Let's begin by looking at the shift from digital environments to the real world. When an AI system operates strictly digitally, its outputs are just data. A smart machine connects that data to physical movement, cars applying their brakes, drones changing altitude in midair, and medical robots maneuvering during surgery. If a chatbot generates a confusing answer, you can simply ignore it. The stakes are low. But if a physical machine turns, stops, or cuts at the wrong time, you cannot hit undo. Physical AI modifies the environment around it. In this domain, a mistake in timing or movement carries the weight of property damage or physical injury. That brings us to the core repeating sequence these systems use to operate. We classify these devices as smart machines. A smart machine is any physical device that relies on sensors, software, and automated decision-making to complete a task. Almost every smart machine, from a roll-out vacuum to an autonomous vehicle, operates on this continuous repeating architecture, the sense, think, act loop. The cycle begins with the sense phase. The machine uses hardware components called sensors, like cameras, radar, LiDAR, and microphones, to gather raw data about the environment around it. That data then enters the think phase. Software, machine learning models, and digital maps interpret the incoming signals to answer immediate questions, like where am I, and what is the safest path forward. Finally, that decision translates into the act phase. To move, the machine relies on actuators. These are the physical parts, motors, wheels, brakes, and robotic joints that execute the motion. Let's look behind the algorithm to see this loop in practice. Imagine a small delivery robot moving down a sidewalk when something blocks its path. First, its cameras and radar sense the obstacle. Next, its software steps in to think, classifying whether the object is a pedestrian, a fire hydrant, or a temporary sign. Finally, the system triggers the actuators to act, applying the brakes to safely slow down. Because the robot reacts so fluidly, it appears to be contemplating its next move. In reality, it is strictly filtering environmental data through trained safety limits to trigger a mechanical response. Next, we need to explore why navigating reality is so much more difficult than a screen. Pixels on a screen and database records follow rigid logic. The physical world is messy. A machine has to deal with constant variables like heavy rain, blinding glare, faded road markings, and sudden human behavior. To handle this unpredictability safely, these systems are tested in highly controlled environments first. Engineers use factories, warehouses, and strictly mapped driving zones to reduce the chance of surprises before releasing a machine into an open public space. This continuous monitoring raises significant privacy concerns. To safely navigate our streets and homes, these machines must leave their sensors on, which means they are constantly collecting data on the faces, locations, and behaviors of the public around them. Moving AI into public spaces transforms a technical engineering hurdle into a complex test of privacy, safety, and community trust. This brings us to our final concept for this section, focusing on the actual limits of this technology. When we talk about autonomy, we mean a system's ability to make decisions and perform tasks with limited human control. But that autonomy only exists within heavily defined conditions. There is a common myth that if a machine can move, react, and decide on its own, it must possess human-like understanding or common sense. The reality is quite different. A warehouse robot can navigate storage bins with flawless efficiency, but it cannot step outside that building and act as a mechanic, a chef, or a nurse. It has zero capability outside its trained environment. Smart machines are narrow AI with a body. They are effective at their specific assigned tasks, but entirely powerless the moment they leave those boundaries. That covers our core objectives for Section 1. We have established that physical AI relies on a repeating sequence. Sensors collect data, software interprets it, and actuators carry out the physical movement. Because the real world is messy and carries severe physical risks, these systems depend on human oversight, rigorous testing, and strict operational limits. In Section 2, we will look at what happens when this entire architecture is pushed to the limit. We will see how this exact same sequence adapts to operate at high speeds on an open highway. Understanding the sense, think, act loop is the only way to comprehend how a self-driving car survives moving through the world at 60 miles per hour.